The following is a fan-made voice video for DragonLord311. Five Nights at Freddy's and all elements belong to Scott Cawthon and the amazing team behind making this series. Please support the official release and enjoy the video. Hello, YouTube. It's me, Orville Elephant, but I'm sure you already know that. I want to give a thank you to Mr. DragonLord311 for requesting me. You never hear people actually ask for one of us, me or Mr. Hippo or the other one of the colorful assortment of animatronics. Usually hear him ask for the main five. The Foxies, the Freddies, the Bunnies, Chicas, and the Mangles and the Puppets and the originals, the one that's been around for longer. But it's good to hear someone actually request someone like me. So, well, I can't really ramble on about, stuff like Mr. Hippo can. He can just talk and talk and talk for no apparent reason. I'm excited, so you'll have to excuse my enthusiasm here. I just never go out as much. But let's leave Mr. Afton and his duties, his punishment out of this. So anyways, going back into the light, staying out of the darkness here, I figured I'd give you a little extra something, a treat for your request. I have someone here who might be able to satisfy your need for a voice video here. I'll leave it a surprise. Well, hello. It seems that Mr. Orville Elephant, as well, I was there the whole time. You didn't hear me. As you probably know, I'm Mr. Hippo from that's just Ultimate Custom Night. Anyways, to tell a story, you have to have one. One time I was sitting there with Mr. Orville Elephant, and I tell him I have a story, but of course, we've been down this before. If you've seen one of my jump scares, I guess you call them, I say I have a story, but of course I didn't. It's something you usually say or something you say whenever you try to initiate small talk. But of course, as some small talk occurrences happen, you say something, but you actually don't mean it. It's just like saying, hey, nice weather, but it's actually raining. Or, how are you? It's funny that people actually do that. Initiate small talk, but never really engage in it, or really commit to something of small talk, or try to have a conversation, but it just falls to the wayside. So when you say you have a story, you need to have something there, something tangible to bite into. Otherwise, people will be anticipating it, only to be disappointed when you actually don't have something. So in my case, I had to improvise a little throw together, I guess, of well, I told him that I fell down this hole one time, and I met a assortment of fruity characters, colorful characters, two skeletons. One of them was lazy. One of them was lazy. One of them was spastic, very obsessed with puzzles and for some reason Italian pastas. Um, I met a very aggressive fish woman with a spear, a flower that could talk, and let's just say a plot that really made you think of, is violence really the answer? And, well, good thing my ability to ramble on got the better of me, and next thing I know, I'm talking about world peace and genocide and all that weirdness, multiple choices, determination. It's something I wouldn't be interested in. No one would be interested in that kind of thing. I even went as far as calling it Undertale. But anyways, uh, let's talk about requests. When someone makes a request, they want something. They ask for something that's not really theirs, but something they like to hear, like Orville Elephant making a request video. Thank you so much, Mr. DragonLord311, for asking of us to do something that doesn't involve revenge. We don't get out much, basically because a certain someone in a purple hat wants us to stay in a certain spot and torment a certain person until I don't know. But sometimes someone needs to let the dogs lie and let the demons rest with their demons. Our time has come. I'm rambling again, but let's get back to the task at hand. Requests. When you want to talk about requests, you usually ask someone to make a voice request or do a favor. I remember one time I had Orville do me a favor or a request to pick up the leaves by my house. Now, of course, I could have done myself. I had a rake and all, but something just tells me just I had some marmalade sandwiches, and we all know he likes marmalade sandwiches. And I decided to make some tea. You ever tried tea with a little lemon in it? Just add half tea, half lemon. It's beautiful. Add a lemon wedge and with the marmalade sandwiches, it's amazing. So, anyways, uh, requests. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It depends on the person who's asking. I remember one time I asked someone asked me to do something. Uh, for instance, a certain golden person asked me to take part in this whole revenge plot. Now, of course, at the moment, in my anger, I guess, I didn't request, but I accepted it. And now looking back, I thought that might not be the best idea. Of course, torturing this person for eternity, the same way they tortured us, may seem like a good idea, but it just comes down to fire, burning, coming back, torture, fire, burning, coming back. It just seems a little, repetitive. Like a spinning wheel or a merry-go-round. The ride's fun, but eventually you decide, well, let's try that. Let's try that. Or let's try something else, That roller coaster looks pretty good. Because eventually it's ups and downs, you got your lefts and rights, but eventually the ride ends. You get off, you get something to eat, or in this case, you throw up because you've eaten before you've gotten on the ride. Not a good idea. And sometimes you just want to sit down and rest. Have a pizza, watch a show, try not to get bitten. Don't. But then again, parents need to watch their children. You don't just run up to a giant robo monster and expect him not to take a chomp out of you. Uh, that reminds me of a story. But let's get all that out of the way. The point is, you want to sit down and have some food. You don't want to have the same old ride. Sitting down, constantly torturing someone forever and ever and ever. Eventually you get tired of wandering the darkness and get tired of looking through air ducts and get the same old door slammed in your face. Uh, it's it's a lot like a revolving door. Yeah, you get through the other side, but something keeps calling you back in that circle. Something keeps on telling you to walk that circle. And of course, that person happens to have a purple hat. Why is that purple hat character doing this? Why can't he just let the demons be with their demons? I don't know. I guess it's got something to do with a vendetta, personal revenge, I guess. Maybe people like to theorize that this whole thing is just one giant conspiracy. Some people like to think it's just a dream. Or maybe, just maybe, none of this matters. None of this means anything at all. Well, looks like it's my time to get out of here. Thank you so much for requesting. It's funny. I remember when Orville came to me and asked me if I would do this. I thought, why would someone listen to me? They probably listen to Foxy or Freddy or someone more of significance. But you made the decision, the gumption to come to one of us to ask for our request, and I think that's just wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. DragonLord311. I don't even think I said your name, DragonLord311. Thank you so much for this opportunity for me to have a little chat with you. I know it wasn't much. I know you're probably expecting a whole spiel monologue about Freddy's and the evil stuff, but it's good for to sit down for a minute to talk about just the little things in life. Well, it looks like I'm about to run out of time. It's funny how time just kind of slips through your fingers. One time I remember sitting down, and next thing I know, it's midnight, and I've been sitting here since noon, talking to my friend Orville. I guess I guess time has a way of slipping through your fingers. One thing you know, you think it's gonna be a short time, and well, next thing you know, it's 10 years later. Well, I guess I'll be seeing you around, I guess. All right, goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you, DragonLord311, for the request. Don't forget to check out his channel and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and request. Want more videos? Check out my previous videos. It helps out my channel in a great way, and I would really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to check out my creepypasta channel, The Smiling Merchant, for creepy narrations of well-known and original creepypastas. Thanks again, and I will see you next time. This is Brandon Voice Requests, signing off.